Welcome one and all. Thanks for joining me for our 24th Torch News Roundup. I was a bit under the weather, so we're a bit behind, but if my voice holds out, we'll be alright. Now, let's dive right on in, shall we? Sadly, we bid a fond farewell to actor Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2 in all of the previous Star Wars films. He passed on at the age of 81 after a lengthy illness. He and his good friend and comedy partner Jack Purvis joined the cast of the original Star Wars trilogy in 1976. Baker also played Paplu the Ewok, who steals a speeder bike in Return of the Jedi. He was originally to play Wicket the Ewok, but he fell ill and the role eventually went to a young newcomer named Warwick Davis. Baker later went on to say that playing an Ewok in the Endor Forest was a horrible experience. His film credits include several other noteworthy films such as Flash Gordon, Labyrinth, Time Bandits, and Willow. From all Star Wars fandom, thanks Kenny for bringing one of the most iconic robot characters in history to life. The Force will be with you, always. We've learned Ray Fisher will have a guest role as Cyborg in the Flash solo film, starring Ezra Miller. It's probably not going to be a significant role, but I like the idea of keeping these films connected, and it looks like it's shaping up that Cyborg and Flash will be buddies in the Justice League, so that'll definitely be interesting to see. In casting news this week, we have word that Mallory Jansen will be playing Ada, which stands for Artificial Intelligence Data Analyzer, on the upcoming season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have to hand it to Dr. Radcliffe. When he puts them together, he doesn't do badly. Over on The Flash, we have word that Joey King has been cast as the character Magenta. Fans of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy will recall King's brief turn as the younger Talia al Ghul in The Dark Knight Rises. Also cast this season is Ashley Rickards as a gender-changed version of the Flash villain, The Top. It's being hinted at that her character will have a romantic relationship with Mirror Master. Rumor also has it that Mirror Master will be a rival of the recently deceased Captain Cold, for top dog of Central City's criminal elite. Will Travel, not to be confused with Have Gun Will Travel, who was last seen on Netflix Jessica Jones last season, is heading over to Arrow this season to play Christopher Chance, the human target. Now, no offense to Will, but this is severely disappointing news for me, since Fox's Human Target series is one of my all-time favorite series, and I've hoped beyond hope that this new CW-verse would somehow reach out to Mark Valley, Chi McBride, and Jackie Earle Haley for some form of crossover. Given that they moved heaven and earth to get Constantine on Arrow from NBC, I find it hard to believe that they can't import Human Target from Fox, especially when you consider DC already has a show currently running on Fox, or a reasonable facsimile thereof, in Gotham. Granted, with the multiverse being what it is, there's still every opportunity they could pull the original cast out of mothballs at any given time, but for die-hard fans of the show like myself, it's looking very unlikely, and very disappointing. A couple of new trailers dropped for the new animated film Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders, which comes out in the fall. The movie will be based on the original 60s Batman TV series. And get this, will feature the voice talents of the surviving original cast, including Adam West as Batman, Burt Ward as Robin, and Julie Newmar as Catwoman. We didn't get to hear Newmar in the trailer, but I was quite impressed with the way they sound. Granted, Adam West is now 88 years old, so he's not going to sound exactly like he did 50 years ago. But it's the great benefit of animation, where the show can continue on with the original cast regardless of aging. The film's villains are to be the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, and Catwoman, and as Batman tells us in the trailer, the adventure takes place both on Earth and in space. This isn't the first time West and Ward have played the characters in animation, and it won't be the last, as they reportedly have a sequel already in the works. As a big fan of the 60s Batman series, I'm certainly very excited about it. And Queen Amidala herself, Natalie Portman, has said in a recent interview that she was, quote, done with the MCU. She went on to say, as far as I know, I'm done. I don't know if maybe one day they'll ask for an Avengers 7 or whatever. I have no idea. But as far as I know, I'm done. Now this is pretty disappointing to me, as I'm one of the, I guess, few people that actually dug the Jane Thor romance in the films. I don't have a problem with them recasting her if she doesn't want to play Jane any longer. I mean, Marvel's done it before. But I hope they're not going to just write out the character. That's kind of what they did with Pepper in Captain America: Civil War. But there they had 4 movies to craft the relationship, and she and Tony were pretty much on the rocks during most of Iron Man 3. In Thor's case, they were supposed to be madly in love. And now what? Jane takes a job in Denmark or something? Like a planet-hopping demigod couldn't keep up a relationship with her there? Now here are the results for last week's Poll of the Week. The question was, what upcoming DC Comics animated project are you most looking forward to? Teen Titans The Judas Contract came in last with 0 votes. In second place, Batman and Harley Quinn with 33% of the vote. I probably would have picked that myself. And in first place, Justice League Dark with 67% of the vote. Remember to check out my links in the description below to find me on Twitter and vote in next week's Poll of the Week question. Well, that's about all I have for you today. This is Johnnie Torch reminding you once again, keep the flame burning brightly, and I'll be with you again real soon.